Hello, everyone, and welcome to the JoinAPS.com Cup Series, the Monster Mile 200. Yes, Miles, the Monster. We are at no other than Dover, Delaware to kick off the round of 9. I'm excited because this is going to be what I think the hardest round of our playoffs, because this one decides who will be in that championship four. I'm joined by my good hosts, Zach and Dave. Zach and Dave, we should be in for quite the show tonight.
I believe this particular race will be the most demanding one here in the round of 9. So treacherous, Dover. So easy to get caught up in somebody else's mess. So little room to hide. These narrow straights, high banks. It's so tricky getting around this track and surviving for 200 laps, 200 miles. And it can really set the tone for the rest of round of 9.
Yes. And something that I don't think it's talked about is that we already have 5 people starting below the cutoff. They need to make sure that every point that they score will matter.
Going over the grid here for tonight, Chad Frankenfield is on the pole, followed by Ethan Burrell, Matthew Weeks, Scott Crump, David Tooker, Ethan Stanley, Justin Wadsworth, Tate Lytle, Ryan Gable, and Chris Wright round out the top 10. Hunter Smith, Justin Fortner, Trey Holmes, Jonathan Cutlip, Justin Vandermerle, Braxton Deweese, Vincent Isabella, Brandon Key, Jordan Owens, and Joshua Adams, top 20. Andrew Rucker, Jeff Green, Jesse Racimus, Seth Rawls, Johnny Thomas, Joshua Clark, Robert Hill, Dylan Thomas, Gerald Campbell, Michael Hossack, Dustin Dewar, Casey Hatch, Brent Jones, Wyatt Knadel, Mark Rebelis, and Kynan Jones, I believe, is the last person. No, we got a few more. Michael Goodman, 37th, Kyle Hanshaw, 38th, Joshua Personette, Nick Indelicato, and starting last, Tyler Fody. I don't know what the story is there.
Yeah, that's pretty deep in the pack there, Zach. How important is qualifying?
Oh, tonight it could be incredibly important. I mean, it's already very hard to pass, but I mean, from what we saw in practice, these cars are especially tricky on corner exit, and I would not be surprised if we see an early incident here as we get this thing underway. Hopefully I'm wrong, but it's a lot harder. It's going to be really hard to miss that if you're behind it, so we'll see.
Miles the Monster has been known to take a bite out of championship hopefuls before. Will he do so again tonight? Chad Frankenfield and Ethan Burrell on the front row. The green flag is out, and we are racing lap 1 of 200 here at Dover.
Chad Frankenfield taking that number 15 to the point here as they head down the backstretch for the first time. Ethan Burrell, Matthew Weeks battling for second. Matthew in that number 11 car.
I'm seeing something that I don't think we had.
Whoa, Crump loose, Crump into the wall.
Hard into the wall.
And that's exactly what I was talking about from practice. I mean, the car just really wants to step out on these runs. And Crump losing a ton of ground here. I'm not seeing him with a meatball, so hopefully he's all right, but he's going to have to get that car back underneath him and get momentum going.
He dropped from the top 5 to outside of the top 10 right there.
Oh, he's way back. I'm trying to find where he is on my scoring screen, but it looks like about 27th.
27th, yeah.
Oh, wow. So some early trouble. Before that happened, I wanted to give a shout out to Ethan Burrell because it looks like he actually made it in to the round of 9. I know this time last week we were saying that he was out by like 2 points. Oh, hello.
I'm not sure. I can't remember what we said at the end of last week. If I remember right, we may have had we had some drama at the end, right?
Yes,
so
yeah.
So there may have been some things that changed after we were off the air.
Crash, and Ethan was on the outside looking in. It's good to see he still has a shot. Maybe bad for the competition, but good for him. Chad Frankenfield out with the early lead as we get settled into this 200-mile course event.
Try to find you some close battles here. Back Braxton Deweese and Vincent Isabella and Justin Fortner.
This is just within, I believe, the top 20.
Yeah, 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Braxton, of course, one of the guys who was in the playoffs, eliminated after our most recent race at Talladega.
Looked like he had a shot to win that one.
Yeah, definitely. He was sitting, second going into the white flag, right?
Yeah, he was first. He was leading. Did we ever find out, though, if he ran out of fuel?
We did not.
Our most recent winner, Jonathan Cutlip, he's finally a winner, but he's gonna have to make it out of this round. And this could be the hardest of the round. But anything's possible, as what we saw in real life there. Congratulations to Ryan Blaney. I was so happy to see him, and I'm excited to see him represent our sport.
Andrew Rucker trying to make a pass here. Washed up the hill just a little bit. I believe that's Justin Vandermarl.
Correct.
I'm not used to the Red Bull colors on that car.
I like the red chrome.
Chrome always looked nice, right?
That's a slick, nice paint scheme there. Got its hands full though as Josh Adams tries to get underneath him as well. what could be a long green flag run. Were we expecting that to start this race?
I was not. I don't think a lot of people were talking to some drivers during practice. Obviously, we saw the issue with Scott Crump, and I think a lot of people expected something along those lines to cause at least one incident here at the start. Now that everybody's kind of settled in, maybe we'll get a long green flag run here, but I definitely don't think anyone expected us to get 15, 20 laps into this thing before a major incident.
Well, it's nice to see Tyler Foley, who started
He's made it up 10 places.
Deepest out of our championship, or our playoff 9.
Well, he started the deepest out of anybody, so.
Yeah, depending on how you look at it. Chad, I know, runs very well at Dover here, and he's looking to break that streak. I believe it's 104.
Many moons ago, Chad started on the pole for the first Elite Cup race here at Dover, back in the 2019 season.
Has he ever won here?
He has not. Winners here: Ryan Lutz, Colin Bowden, Scott Crump. Nope, that was a pole win. Excuse me. Joey Bailey, Tate Lytle, and Ryan Gable.
Okay.
So I believe Ryan is the only one of our current playoff drivers who has won a race here.
As we ride on board the little Eagle Racing Ford Mustang.
Oh, little blink out of there, Chad. He was having trouble with that on Monday night in the Xfinity race. He was telling us before the race that he's consulted with iRacing to try to get some tips to get better, and hopefully it works for him.
Oh,
car loose.
Somebody got a little loose there.
I think that was Camel.
Yes, it was. And that's Justin Walters has got to try to make the outside work here. Ryan's giving him plenty of room. Yeah, so that might actually work out for Justin. Right now, I'd say normally you want to be on the bottom, but if you're having a little trouble with handling like that, exactly, it just gets real light when you're trying to keep it pinched down on the exit. Sometimes you can put a little too much wheel in it and get the car loose on exit. And I think that's what Ryan Gable is definitely fighting right now, is he's able to slot in behind Justin Wadsworth. But here comes Lytle,
who has, as you mentioned, a previous race winner here. Not in the playoffs this season, but always a threat when he's on the racetrack.
Chris Wright, Ryan Gable running 8th and 9th. Just behind that, Jonathan Cutlip trying to get around Hunter Smith to move into the top 10. Trey Holmes has got to try and stick his foot in the door before it closes, but not quite able to get alongside.
For him. At least that lap. He's gonna go right back at him though.
Oh, car gets the outside wall.
One car in the wall, and yes, that will trigger our first yellow flag of the night. I believe that's the 46 of Kyle Hanshaw, yes. Let's see what happened here.
I think he's having steering problems.
Yeah, he must have hit something either, I don't know, that's weird. Either he hit something earlier or his wheel disconnected or something. I'd love to
back it up a little bit here.
Yeah, let's see if we can get backed up and see if we can. That's probably what did it.
He probably hit the wall at a turn 2. Oh, yes.
That's really odd that it just took off to the right like that, though.
Unless that's where his wheel came in hooked or something.
Maybe.
It looks like he's just kind of along for the ride at that point,
right.
hitting the brake.
Thank goodness he didn't take anybody else with him. But that will trigger our first yellow flag of the night, lap 24 of 200.
All but two have gone into pits.
And yeah, Scott Crump, who hit the wall, elects to stay out here. Interesting.
He must feel all right as far as any potential damage to that car and trying to get some track position back here. We'll see how that works out for him. And
Maybe get a lap lead.
Yep, he will definitely do that. And actually, he might be. It looks like he's probably got to bring it to pit road this time, so that may have been the entire plan all along, was to get that lap lead.
Always thinking about points. It's never too early. You never know. We've seen.
Well, here's the thing: is I think we're gonna see it. We'll see how it's officially scored, but the speed limit on pit road here is only 35. I don't know if I don't think he's gonna lead the lap unless he led coming through on the prior lap while everybody was pitting, maybe, depending on.
Yeah, he definitely didn't lead that lap.
He did. If he didn't lead that, right? So I don't know if he led a lap or not, to be honest.
Yeah. And I've heard Dover, no matter what, green or yellow, it's the toughest pit road on the circuit.
Oh, it's so easy, like you say, green or yellow on pit exit, to just throttle up and then remember in the, oh, wait, 35, hold on. So easy to get speeding on exit, and then on green flag, getting onto this pit road is just nightmarish, as we see the naturally tally on the 46 for bringing out that caution.
Looks like the 82 will be awarded a free pass once we get the one to go here. Chad Frankenfield, I believe, has led every lap.
Well, depending on how that whole situation was scored with Crump staying out, but I believe you might be right.
No change to our front row here.
So now we'll see. Is everybody able to get sorted out on the restart here like they did on the initial start, or are we gonna have an issue kind of like Scott Crump had?
Breed cautions.
Exactly.
This is a hard track to restart as well, Zach. Maybe you can shed a little light as to why.
I mean, for whatever reason, wheel spin seems to happen a lot on the restarts here. I don't really know what it is that causes it, but it seems to be a real big issue, especially if you do restart with older tires. Not the case here necessarily. Oh, now Chad blinking coming to the restart could be a real big issue.
Oh, you see the 11 as well. Green flag back out. We're back under green here. That's Wadsworth way to the bottom of the racetrack here. Someone took distance out of 2. We stay all green and green. Andrew Rucker on the outside. Which right? Go to the right.
Looking at Seth Rawls and Jeff Green, they're side by side. Oh, Green in the wall just a little bit, but he keeps going here. Now Gerald Campbell is going to try and... Oh, somebody, I believe that was Josh Clark getting out of shape out of 2, but he keeps it going.
Extremely out of shape there. Like Canada trying to take advantage.
And that's what we saw a lot of. I know I keep kind of repeating that, but it seems like especially with these bumps on corner exit and also with this particular car or setup or whatever it is, it just seems you have to get that balance just right as far as the throttle on corner exit. As Braxton DeWeese goes for a little bit of a slide off turn 4 there. That'll cost him a couple of spots, but he'll slot in behind.
Why are we seeing so many issues with cars getting loose off of turn 2 and 4?
I mean, that's, yeah, like I'm saying, I don't know if it's necessarily a setup thing or what, but I mean, I took a few laps myself, and it's right on. You gotta flirt right on that line. How much throttle to apply on corner exit? It's you gotta catch out even the best of them. It's now White Canadal has some kind of issue here.
Yeah. Oh, he may have a broken toe link.
I am seeing the dreaded meatball, so that's quite likely the case here. He's gonna have to try and, now this has gotta be really treacherous, just trying to get that car onto pit road under green flag condition with a broken toe link.
He does.
He did-ish. I don't know if he met pit road speed limit, but he's got bigger issues, obviously. It's gonna take a long time for that car to get repaired.
Saw that car get bent out of shape out of the dreaded turn 4. But we still stay on the move here on the...
Looking right now at Trey Holmes, Chris right now. Andrew Ruckers had thoughts of going to make a move there early in turn 1, but nothing really on there. Trey Holmes in the 88 is currently in the 10th spot. Chris Wright trying to get into the top 10 while also having to worry about Andrew Rucker behind him.
Right. Do you guys remember that one Dover restart crash with Jimmy Johnson?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I was just thinking to myself, what were the biggest crashes we've ever seen at Dover?
Ryan Gable trying to pick up the 7th spot on Justin Wadsworth. He'll pick up that spot. Ryan, of course, won the most recent Elite Cup race here at Dover. This is about, you know, Chad had opened up a little bit of a gap on the restart, but Matthew Weeks is starting to reel him back in here.
Yeah, he's gotten past his teammate there, Ethan Burrell, to be in that second position.
But catching a guy is one thing, passing him is another. We'll see what Matthew Weeks can do to try and set up that pass here. There he goes. He's got to look to the inside.
Taking a look to the inside.
It's just so hard once you do get yourself side by side like that to get that run on corner exit with the guy pinning you down from the outside. So we go on board with Matthew Weeks. Pro Edge number 11 Toyota. That time Chad had definitely struggled on corner exit. Matthew's got to try and get to the outside here. But couldn't quite make it stick.
Oh, you see the 92 at Ethan Stanley get a little loose there. David Tooker trying to make it a Pro Edge Racing affair in the top 5.
will indeed get around Ethan Stanley. Tate Lytle, of course, next on the list for Ethan Stanley to worry about.
And another Pro Edge Racing Toyota.
Here is Seth Rawls and Justin Fortner. That is a battle for 16th on the racetrack. Just behind that, you can see Tyler Fody is up to 19th from what I'm seeing, so he's moved up 22 spots. He's trying to add another one there, but Gerald Campbell right in front of him. Gerald taking the defensive line there into turn one, protecting the bottom, making Tyler go to the outside.
When do we think Tyler will be in the top 10? What lap?
I was told there would be no math.
Well, if it was a direct progression, let's see, it's taken him 46 laps to get up 23 spots, so it's a spot every 2 laps. So 9 more laps.
So the tricky thing with that, of course, is the closer you get to the front, the harder the cars are to pass.
Yeah, the harder it gets to pass. So if it were a straight line progression, it'd be 9 laps.
Oh, Seth Rawls a little out of shape there. Keeps it under control. Oh, there's
the wall right there, turn 2.
That might have been Nick and Delicato.
Yeah,
Indeed it is.
it was,
Number 10.
yeah.
And then just behind him, Vandermarl gets another piece of the wall.
Everyone.
Delicato looks like he's in his Giants away car this week. Is the dark blue home car. This would be the white.
Everybody, the wall must be serving something good because everyone wants a piece of it.
I don't think anybody wants a piece of it. I think they're being force fed at this point.
Miles, the monster, does not discriminate here.
Looking at Braxton Luis.
It's been pretty tame as we get through the quarter race distance of tonight, even.
Oh, way up the hill there for Ethan Stanley, who has dropped way back since we last saw him. I mean, he's now in 15th, and he's not going to hold that spot very long. Here comes Seth Rawls already to his inside.
Yeah.
Something is not happy over in the number 92 camp, and there's Tyler Fody. He is going to pick up this spot on a teammate.
Two Lake Norman cars going in the opposite direction.
One moving forward, one moving back. You can actually see some visible damage on that 92 car.
Oh, boy, that looked like maybe a little bit of contact just behind that between Indelicato and Fortner in that battle. Keep it under control, but Fortner, I mean, he lost spots to both Indelicato and Jeff Green that lap.
Does this track get more frustrating to drive the longer you have a green flag run like that?
Oh, whew. You know, for me, no. I've always enjoyed long runs here because I was always one of the better ones at, I'm usually one of the better ones at managing tires here. So that's when I start feeling really good. That's when I'm starting to catch guys, pass them, set them up, knock them down. You know, that's when I start having fun. But if you're one of those guys that's burning up your tires, you get about 30 laps into a run and you're hanging on for dear life. No, you hate everything about this at this point, because the car just, it gets, it keeps, you'll see, I mean, you can see even whether it's the good guy, the fast guys, the guys struggling, all of them are starting to move up the hill a little bit. That's where the tires are giving up. You can't keep it glued right to the bottom, so you're trying to figure out how can I carry as much speed as I can. How far do I need to move up? How much?
Oh, car in the wall there, turn 4. I believe it was the 26.
Yeah, I believe it was Justin Fortner. He's still rolling though.
Green. My goodness. Seems like every time we take that shot, our voice goes up an octave.
So now we are looking at Chris Wright and Josh Adams. That's a battle for 11th. Josh Adams has moved up 8 spots since the start of the race. He's got Braxton Luis right behind him in the 13th spot.
And Tyler Foley right behind this battle that's licking his chops. He has by far passed the most cars tonight.
I think I was about to say, we got some talking between the top 2, and sure enough, we got battle for the lead here.
Kate Lytle, yes. Getting underneath.
Oh, a little bit of contact.
Bang! Bang!
They bang again, and that's gonna allow the 15 to lose multiple spots here. Pro Edge Racing 1, 2, and 3. Trying to be 4. Don't know if Chad will be happy with that.
I can tell you he is not.
No, he's not. I love it when they ask the question, what do you want me to do? It's like, well, I want you to get behind me, but that would be what I want you to do.
Racers are very selfish.
You don't say. I also hear they have the longest memories.
They do not have the memory of a goldfish. Regardless, the net result at the moment is Tate Lytle leads the way in that 56. Like you mentioned, now it's a Pro Ed 1, 2, 3 with Tate Lytle, Matthew Weeks, Ethan Burrell. Chad Frankenfield slotting in the 4th at the moment.
4th spot, yes, and Johnson Cutlip, our most recent race winner, in the 5th position. 4 out of the 5 cars are championship fighting.
You know, you talked about last week, Alex, the run that Justin Wadsworth has had in these playoffs, even not a playoff driver, of course, and unfortunately the result did not reflect his performance last week at Talladega. Naturally got caught up in one of the big wrecks at the end, but here he is running in the top 10 again, putting together a nice little run in that number 6 car as he's trying to get around Ryan Gable for 8th.
Really high Ryan Gable. Gets it back in line. Lap 64, we went back racing on lap 27. So we're coming up at about 40 laps. I don't know what a fuel run is here.
The numbers I heard were, I'd say around 90, a little more, a little less, depending on who you ask, but in that ballpark, 90 laps.
Okay.
So definitely, with as far as we went on the first run, you
They
could
can
do it.
make it on one more stop.
You could make the fuel last one stop. The challenge will be making, keeping the tires from being upset over those 2 long runs.
Yeah.
Which is always just a challenge regardless of the car here at Dover. I know we we've talked a lot about how the tires aren't as much of an issue on this next gen car. But I mean, if you look at the lap times we're running right now, Tate Lytle last time ran a 24.6, and his best lap was a 23.5. So you're looking at a second of fall off for most of these guys at minimum right now. Some of them more so. So, and like you said, we're only, what, 30, 40 laps into this run. So.
Chris Wright and Braxton Lewis negotiating the 13th position there.
Bodie's up to 12th now.
He must not have. He must have missed qualifying. That's my only thought as to why he started so far.
So I don't know if this triggered on your system or not.
It did not. I heard somebody talking about something, but I did not get anything triggered. Who was it?
Nick and Delicato apparently had an incident and then immediately disconnected himself. It probably would have brought out a caution had it not.
Let me go back the hard way here.
Yeah.
Rewind.
There he is.
Oh. So here you guys see he's in a battle with
the dreaded fourth turn.
And right here, the car gets loose. Maybe a little bit of contact there. Hits the inside wall, and then right here, he's just gonna vanish.
No caution.
No caution. Nick and Delicato. Gonna put that one on the rollback, the virtual rollback.
Rejoining here with Trey Holmes chasing down David Hooker, and now we're looking at Jonathan Cutlip. They just get worked around a lap car. Let's see, that might have been.
Is that Goody?
I was thinking Dewar, but it might have been Goody. I definitely think it was a good car. It was Goody. You are correct.
This is not a place where you think you can make up time by pitting early. Because, as you had mentioned, the pit road speed here is so slow.
Yeah,
you lose a minimum of 2 laps. That won't be gained.
It takes forever to get down this pit road at 35 miles an hour, and honestly, the less you have to go down pit road here, just especially under green flag, that it's so easy to mess up that pit entry. The less you have to do it, the better, honestly. As we see Jonathan Cutlip trying to pick up the 4th spot on Chad Frankfield, couldn't quite get alongside him there.
Be right on board with him. That number 5 Evan Lane here. So look to the inside. Chad's not one to give it up lately.
Oh no, you know Chad's gonna fight. I mean, these are 2 playoff guys. Every point's gonna matter as we get down to decide who's going to be the championship 4 come the first Wednesday in December at the virtual Charlotte. Oh, contact!
Ooh, we got a contact with him.
Did the 5 put the bumper to the back of the 15 there, or did the 15 just get loose?
I'm pretty sure there was contact there. Oh, now that's interesting. I just heard Robert Hill call out. He's got a flat right front. He's coming to pit road.
He did stay out right on that first. No, yeah, he says he came in, so. Swore it out.
A lot of times when that happens, it shows up as a meatball for us, and I'm not seeing that. You see, the one car, Josh Adams, also on pit road, so maybe the fuel window may not matter if guys aren't able to, like I say, if you're not able to, if the tires can't last that long. We'll see if this is the exception or the rule here.
And you will go a minimum of 2 laps down to the leader, so right now you're hoping that no caution does come out. You need it to cycle through.
Actually, I was looking at the wrong screen, so they may have had a meatball after all. I may have misinformed our kind viewers on that one. I'll try to keep an eye out on that, though.
Bodie is now in the top 10.
It only took 80 laps. That's all in a night's work for him, though. He comes in here, I believe, the leader of the points, right? Let's take a look at our championship standings. Oh, no. He was third. Only 7 points above that cutoff line.
So Michael Goodman was another driver with a flat tire, and then he overshot his pit box as well.
Oops.
So definitely got to be something to watch here to see how many guys are able to manage that tire wear as we get further into this run.
Yes. And considering where they or when they pitted, they'll have to pit again.
I was just about to say, Alex, you know, not only do they have to pit again, I mean, they only made it not even 60 laps on this run. You're going to be pushing it to do it on one more stop if you can't figure out this tire situation any better than that. They might be still have 2 more stops in them if we go green, and that would just be disastrous.
You're not coming back from that with a good finish.
Right. I mean, even if these guys who haven't pitted yet only pit 2 more times, you're still making 1 more pit stop than those guys. You don't want to be, again, you don't want to take any more pit stops than you absolutely have to, as we see Chad Frankenfield. Yeah, this is where it's going to also get tricky.
Yeah.
Yep, you got the guys there on the pressure tires. Chad had to let him go, but he's also trying to hold off David Tooker.
David Tooker, yep. And you know he's probably feeling a little hot under the helmet too, considering how he lost the lead and then was bumped out of the way by the 5.
Yeah, he was requesting that somebody pass him without hitting him.
David Tooker is denying the request, I believe. I don't know.
Sometimes you wonder. Chad almost was just laying down the gauntlet when he says something.
Oh, whoa!
That would have only encouraged me to bump into him. I'm not gonna.
That's right.
But the last David Tooker we saw got out of shape there.
And not on the racetrack. Yeah. Justin Wadsworth. Oh my goodness.
Justin Dura?
Yeah.
He's gonna ride the wall in turn 1 and 2.
I think he's got a flat tire. He's showing with the meatball, and here he comes to pit road. Or at least he was trying to get to pit road. He might not make it. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. All right.
Andrew Rucker didn't make it, though. Did you see him? He pulled out right in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get there.
Thought better of it.
Yeah, he's pitting this time. He may have
knew he was gonna get a black flag. This is still outside the window to make it to the end. the window, I believe, will open up around lap 110.
Hunter Smith on pit road. Trey Holmes on pit, or he's not on pit road, but he's got the meatball, so he's probably coming to pit road this time. He's running in the 13th spot.
And what these guys are doing are praying that this goes green. You don't want to be trapped 2 laps down. Because even with the wave round, you'll still be 1 lap to the bad.
You want it to go green long enough for these pit stops to cycle through, but then you're probably gonna want a pretty quick caution because that's like right now they have the fresher tires. They're making up ground. We might even see a different leader once this all cycles through. But this is not a long-term tenable strategy, right? So you'd love a caution to kind of hit the reset button strategy-wise if you happen to pick up a little extra track position as a result of the timing of that caution. That's just an added bonus, but you're right. Right now, the last thing they want to see is a caution while they're a lap or 2 down as a result of pitting. Well, some of these guys haven't had to do that yet.
Yes. Tate Lytle has opened up almost a 2-second lead on his teammates there, Ethan Barrell and Matthew Weeks. Are in the
Chris
second and third position.
Chris Wright calling out he's coming to pit road here.
I would imagine maybe our fuel window is about 80 laps then. Well, I guess we'll find out because the guys that are pitting now are going to have to pit again, I would assume.
If it ends up being 80, then that would be around lap 103 for the guys who pitted at lap 23. As Tate Lytle makes his way around Josh Clark. Is that Dylan Thomas that was again? I don't know if he was missing pit entry or what exactly happened there, but I believe that was Dylan Thomas. It is Dylan Thomas.
A lot of mistakes that are not bringing out the yellow flag.
Oh, we've got a big problem here.
I should turn, what is that, turn 3. Ryan Gavel with the big hit. Just as I was mentioning how the yellow flag was not out yet.
So it looks like he was slowing down trying to get to pit road. It doesn't stay on the apron, and that he comes up, clatters Jesse Racimus.
Yeah.
Oh, what a tough break for him. Nothing he did wrong there. And just heartbreaking for Jesse. And then Chris Wright gets a piece of it as well.
Gets a piece of it. Tally issued on the 01, and I believe rightfully so. Yeah, understandable. But we mentioned how hard it is, green or yellow, to get onto pit road here.
There's Chris Wright's view of what happened.
I did hear Chris luckily say he didn't get very much damage at all, luckily.
Yeah. So there you see the leaders coming off pit road. Tate Lytle winning the battle.
And this is right at the halfway point. Joshua Clark. is the leader currently, but I believe that will be handed over to the 56 car.
Yeah, it looks like Josh probably was pretty far back there, maybe had some concerns about being able to pit and stay on the lead lap or something along those lines there. Pitting this time. Did not lead the lap, according to what I'm seeing at least.
Yeah.
Correct.
And obviously will not lead this one.
Was there a halfway point given out? Tate Lytle would have gotten it if there was.
Yes. Yeah, if there was, that would go to Tate either way. But
How about Tyler Foley in the 8th position? That's just insane to me.
well, you know, to his credit, not only was he able to pass all those cars, but he did it in a way that he didn't, you know, burn up his tires. He wasn't one of the guys that had to come down pit road there. So here he is, you know, he's in the 8th spot. He doesn't have to deal with a wave around or whatever the case may be here.
He did it all under green, yep. This is only our second caution of the race, by the way.
And you can see, so Tate Lytle just left the frame there. All those cars in front of him are guys lined up for the wave around, guys who had pitted under green and did not elect to pit under this caution in order to make up one of those laps. The good news, of course, is for most of them, it takes them from one lap down to the lead lap, as you'll see them all drive away now. But of course, they're on older tires than all these leaders who got to pit under this caution, and they don't have anything in terms of track position. So if this goes too terribly long, they're gonna find themselves with a mirror of whoever is leading the race in fairly short order.
Yeah. I couldn't see it, but up to the 26th position is a lap down.
So one thing that'll be interesting to see as we get ready for this restart, we know how upset Chad Frankenfield was with how he felt he was raced over that last run. Now he's got the fresh tires, the track position, the track position's back. What's he going to do on this restart?
Can I share the quote from Tate? I don't feel bad. What he said.
There's a Notia's 13 quote that reminds me of, but we're going restarting, so I won't start dropping moving lines.
103, 97 laps to go here.
Tate Lytle getting out front pretty easily. Ethan Burrell, Matthew Weeks side by side. Chad Frankenfield got to try to dive underneath Jonathan Cutlip here. Cutlip gives him a fair amount of room. Chad's got to try and run him up the hill a little bit.
See Justin Wadsworth a little bit in the fence. No harm, no foul.
Cutlip holds on to that 4th spot for now.
All Toyota front three. Pro Edge Racing in command here at Dover.
Looking a little further back, there's Braxton DeWeese now in the top 10. And Johnny Thomas is trying to join him, work his way around Brent Jones in that for that 10th spot. Jordan Owens also getting around Brent Jones as well as Josh Adams. Scott Crump still making up some ground after that early
early issue, yeah. I think was in the first 10 laps.
Back up front, here comes Ethan Burrell working his way
Trying to
around.
get away, yes, and remember, it's one of those cars with the white background. If they win, it's an automatic berth into the championship 4.
Yeah, definitely would make life a little easier going into Iowa and Homestead, 2 races over the next 3 weeks. Obviously, did I say Homestead or did I say Dover again?
You said Iowa and Homestead.
Okay, I did better than that.
Got it right.
I got it right. Cool. Obviously, we'll take Thanksgiving week off here at Elite, but Iowa and Homestead next 2 races, figuring out who's got to go to Charlotte into Championship 4.
And we know that Ethan is good at Charlotte.
Chad Frankenfield almost got a piece of the wall there as he's trying to work his way around Jonathan Cutlip.
You have to wonder if the 15 gets to the back of the 56. Will we see some sparks fly?
I feel like Cutlip there, discretion may have been the better part of valor. He might be, if I were in his shoes, which I'm not because I'm never that fast, but I definitely got the feeling Chad was really overdriving, trying to get to him and get around him. If that's the case, especially with how much we saw tire wear mattered in that last green flag run, I'm more than willing to let him have the spot so he doesn't run over me, and then when he burns up his tires, I'll just take the spot back.
Take it back, yeah.
Or I would think I'm going to let him go because he's after the 56, and then I'm going to be past him when those 2 go out.
Well, see, I definitely don't want that because then I have to miss the wreck. Missing a wreck is really hard here, so I'm not rooting for that. I mean, there's so nowhere to go really, and the banking just shoots all the cars to the bottom. It's just really
self-cleaning racetrack.
Yes. Which is funny because the self-cleaning racetrack tends to make for a lot less clean racing.
What?
Now, Tate Lytle had, maybe not fought Ethan Burrell very hard there, but now they've got to worry about Chad a little bit. And I think Tate's starting to feel a little bit of pressure and returning that pressure to Ethan as well. Like, all right, we gotta go. We gotta keep it moving here if we want to keep in these top 2 spots.
Built up an almost 2-second lead. That was the biggest lead of the night.
Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, we'll see here. Chad Frankenfield has gotten to Tate Lytle. You gotta be smart here if you're Chad too, because obviously Tate not a playoff guy, but you are. You've got championship hopes. This is a really good chance you've got to win a race. You don't want to throw it away being hot under the collar.
Yeah.
But boy, door to door there as they go into turn 1. Chad did not give Tate very much room at all on corner entry. But now here comes Tate trying to fight back. And he might not leave Chad a whole lot of room either.
Is all about.
Here they come down the backstretch, still side by side, battling for that second spot, which of course is just exactly what Ethan Burrell needs. He's got to casually just stretch out his lead while this plays out.
Contact.
Behind him. And with that, Chad moves into second. He's got to try to run down Ethan Burrell.
Hopefully he did. Oh, car on the wall right in front of him. Is that Ethan Stanley?
That's Ryan Gable.
Well, this has got to be a pretty tough start to the playoffs for Ryan Gable.
Yeah, because he's going to have to dig himself out of the hole he's put himself in.
Looking now
after this race, yeah.
You know, Chad got around Tate, but he hasn't been able to really get away from him here. I think Tate's already starting to contemplate how he's going to get back around Chad here. You can tell he's starting to move around.
If the 15 also burnt off his tires.
Well, that was definitely my concern as the, you know, impartial onlooker. It definitely looked like he was really driving hard into corner entry. And I have to wonder the same, like you say, he might have used up just a little bit too much. May have gone to the bank one too many times on the tires at this point in the run.
Yeah, and that 56 car is right on the back bumper of the 15, ready to pounce if Frankenfield makes a mistake.
Regardless, Ethan Burrell's going to be very happy to just watch them battle it out behind him, because the longer this goes on, the more he can add to his advantage.
Try to use that clean air and clean racetrack to his advantage.
That last time by, Ethan Burrell added a full 10th to his lead. As now Tate Lytle will pull alongside Chad Frankenfield here. Battle for second reigniting.
Yep. And looks like it'll go settle in favor of the 56 car.
And now Chad has to hold off a lot of these guys he had passed already. Matthew Weeks next in line.
He wanted a caution immediately so he could be reset on tires and have the track position, but looks like it's not gonna go his way as he's starting to fade back.
What'll be interesting to see on this run is unless somebody's able to really stretch the fuel, and I definitely don't know how many of these front runners were worried about fuel saving early on from what we saw, but you know, maybe they'll surprise me. I think we've still got one more pit stop in us. I might be wrong. It'll be interesting to see if somebody is able to stretch it. And
76 lap, yeah.
And then if they are, you know, obviously that would be huge. But if not, when do you take that pit stop over these last 100 laps?
Do you split it? 50-50?
Gosh, I mean that's the game of chicken, right? If you hit, but then there's a caution, you've thrown away your race. But you don't want to lose too much time either. If there's any way you can, the windows I heard were between 85 and 95. If there's any way you can stretch those extra 5 laps, which sounds massive, but maybe?
Yeah.
It's definitely worth whatever you have to give up on the track to make it happen as far as saving fuel. And yeah, I'm very interested to see how that plays out over these final 70 laps. We might get cautioned and it'll be a moot point, but
I don't know though. I mean, the yellow flag really has not been a factor tonight.
Well, we say that, but here we go. David Tooker looking inside Chad Frankenfield with Tyler Fode right there in the mix as well. We know how far Fody has driven so far tonight. He's trying to pick up another spot. Fody alongside David Tooker, battle for 6. Tooker into 19, Frankfield into 15, Fody into 40. And hey, Braxton DeWeese is there as well. He's joining the battle in that 13 car.
Got into the wall a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like he got a piece of the wall there. Regardless, he definitely got out of shape.
And it's going to cost him maybe 4 or 5 positions. He tries to get back in line, but DeWeese was like, nah.
Yeah, that was.
Bites back.
Now David took.
He hasn't messaged race control yet to have him look at the wall for what it is.
Oh, got one car high. Is that Ryan Cavill?
Yeah, I believe it was.
Has he just been running around the top like that?
He's not having a good time. He's straight up not having a good time.
There is no, once you're a 6 lap rule out of the race rule here, you're not at a 2.5 mile or further racetrack, so. Right now, he's currently shown 3 laps down in the 27th position.
Justin Wadsworth now working his way well around Chad Frankenfield.
I think this is the
Hi, Ryan.
The what do you call it? The end result of, as we see what happened to the 01 car. Oh,
yep.
He did the Matt Kenseth.
He see, it's funny. He said over the driver chat he did the Kyle Larson, but that happened at a different racetrack. You nailed the old Dover reference when Matt Kenseth did that here.
Yeah.
So bonus points to you.
Thank you. I tried, you know. I will say that Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney, that was a moment I jumped out of my seat. I could not believe Larson did that at Homestead.
Now we look at Ethan Burrell leading the way, Tate Lytle second, Matthew Weeks in third, Jonathan Cutler fourth, Tyler Fody fifth, David Tooker sixth as he gets around Robert Hill, Braxton DeWeese in seventh, Justin Wadsworth in eighth, Chad Frankenfield ninth, and Johnny Thomas rounding out the top 10. Chad is calling out that he's coming to pit road, so there you go. He's going to take the undercut here. Hope everybody has to pit and try to take advantage of some fresh tires here. There's the gamble for Chad Frankenfield. So there's the first
of our championship 4 and lead lap drivers are in, or excuse me, are championship bearing.
Kind of had to do that if you're Chad, don't you think? Because I mean, he was going back through the fields.
Well,
he just hopes it goes green.
Gotta try something.
You gotta try something, but also you kind of, again, I hate to say it, I don't want to bash him too much, but it felt like he was always overdriving a little bit, still, frustrated with what happened earlier in the race, and maybe we'd be better off just letting the race come to him a little bit more. And he kind of put himself in this box, but I agree, now that he's there, now he's going to spin out on pit exit.
Yeah. Old tires.
That negates whatever. Now Now you've made the tires upset. You've lost a ton of time on pit exit. Whatever advantage you would have gained with the fresher tires, you just threw away in 5 seconds. Nothing about this works out for Chad. That's tough. That's gonna be pretty disappointing for Chad. Obviously, still plenty of time for him to salvage it, get the most he can out of it. Still can get a decent finish for sure, especially if it does stay green and we kind of cycle out. But I think if he had any shot of making that winning strategy, it's gone now. Ethan Burrell still leading the way, closing in on some more traffic. I believe that might be Michael Goodman up ahead. It is.
Ethan trying to submit his name in that championship 4 in 3 weeks' time. It could happen tonight. 3 laps away from the final quarter race distance of this race.
You know, I don't know if the super fuel save strat is viable at all, but if it is, Ethan's going to be in a position where he can kind of try to mess with it because he's got 2 teammates behind him, one of which not even in the playoffs. Tate's probably got to be willing to work with him a little bit, cut him some slack. I'd have to imagine if they're even considering that, they're really, taking it really easy on the throttle right now. It's hard to tell by the lap times because the tire fall off at this point would have been so huge regardless. I can't tell you exactly what they're doing, but definitely it's a best case scenario if you wanted to try something like that if you're Ethan.
Yeah. Now officially in the quarter race distance, what a night it would be if Ethan could get it done. He started on the outside pole and now has almost a second lead in front of his teammate Tate Lytle.
Well, gentlemen, we haven't paid any bills yet, so maybe we should do that.
Maybe do that.
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
All right, do a couple of ad reads here for us as well. Join APS, which is our series sponsor. APS offers a complete solution for all types of businesses that need to process credit card related transactions. Their industry specific solutions provide the best options for your business model. They have experienced client service representatives who understand what your processing needs are. Premier Partners TA Services. For over 36 years, TA Services has been a trusted domestic and international full-service third-party logistics provider, offering freight brokerage, managed transportation, warehousing and fulfillment, and cross-border logistics services to shippers around the globe. TA Services moves what matters to you. Let the TA Services team make ship happen. Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg is the marketing department for small businesses. We help businesses punch above their weight class. Blue Egg is your biggest fan. And finally, Worldwide Technology Raceway. Worldwide Technology Raceway is a motorsport racing facility in Madison, Illinois, close to the Gateway Arch in St. Louis. It features a 1.25-mile oval that hosts NASCAR Cup and Truck Series races and an open wheel racing series. They also have a 2-mile infield road course used by Speed Tour Trans Am, SCCA, and Porsche Club of America. On site, they also have a quarter-mile drag strip that hosts the annual NHRA Midwest Nationals event, and the Kartplex, which hosts a state-of-the-art karting facility. That's the reads for tonight, gentlemen.
40 laps to go here. Only 2 caution flags of the night, averaging 1 over every 80 laps there. Let's talk about fuel windows. We believe everyone still on the lead lap has to make 1 more pit stop.
Well, you know, you say that, but you know, Chad coming down.
Zach has a theory.
I'm wondering if the stretch isn't possible, and I'm telling you, nobody really took the bait along with Chad as far as splitting it in half and coming down pit road. So I wonder. I feel like at least some of these guys feel like they're going to try it. Obviously, you know, I'm going off the numbers that I was hearing from drivers before the race. I don't. It was borderline. I'm thinking some guys are going to at least try it here. It's a little bit of a puff of smoke there. Now here we see this is Jonathan Cutlip has caught Tate Lytle. This is for the 3rd position.
In John.
That'd be 101 laps on a set of tires. Oh, wouldn't that make for an interesting end?
Oh, it sure would. It sure would, but you also, I'm assuming if you're stretching to fuel 101 laps, you're probably taking it pretty easy on the tires just by virtue of you're gonna have to be keeping some fuel in the tank too. So
being gentle all the way around.
It'll be like driving on snow just about at that point. As here we see Jonathan Cutlip making his move around Tate Lytle.
Got a couple incidents that were tagged but didn't cause a caution. Seth Rawls here.
25.
Looks like he may have got the turn 2 wall on exit there. Yep. That almost
right
looks like
in
maybe,
front of our leader.
Yeah. Almost wonder if he didn't have one of those
Whoa, he's coming back uphill.
Yep. Fortunately, didn't bring out a caution.
Had one with Justin Vandermarl. See what happened with him.
Well, that's a weird place for it to tag an incident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
out
he
of pit
really
road.
slow.
Oh, that might be it.
He might have just been too slow. And thought he crashed. I don't know. But that is a little slower than usually come out of pits.
Huh. Okay.
Oh well.
We don't like
it. Somebody's got a tire going down.
Pit road there.
Andrew Rucker is pitting.
See, that tells me that these people, they cannot make it. Or were these the people that took the wave around?
Well, see, that's the other thing too. A lot of these guys are guys that had to take the wave around, and they haven't had a chance to come down pit road since then. So, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Goodman would be on. He's going on almost lap 90 since he last came in.
Right. So, yeah, I'm trying to see. So we have, yeah, like you say, Michael Goodman. I think he's the longest holdout on track at this point. And he, like you say, he's about 90 laps into a run. We'll be able to kind of use him as a barometer probably to see how far you can go. Because at this point, he's obviously committed. He's going to run it dry and hope for a caution to salvage as much track position as he can.
Oh, hello, guys.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi,
sorry.
Alex.
I dropped my headset.
We know, we heard. We were just hoping you didn't fall out of the chair with it.
I'm good. Ooh, David took her slideways out of turn 4.
So Justin Wadsworth moving up to the 6th spot with that. Chris Wright calling out he's headed to pit road in the 42 car.
Again, a lot of these were the cars that had taken the wave around under the last caution.
I believe I just heard Michael Goodman, so there you go. He pitted on lap 80. He made it to 74. That's 94 laps. So we'll see. That was about the extreme end of the windows I heard, but again, you know, maybe some of these guys up front have been managing it a little bit. 5 laps, 5 miles sounds like a ton, but I'm curious to see, are they going to stretch or are they just going to do a splash and go here on the, you know, I feel like if you're going running it dry, you have to do splash and go, right? You can't take tires. You got to lose too much time and not even have any chance to use them. You're just trying to minimize the amount of time you spend on pit road at this point if you haven't done it already.
All right, guys, the counter has ticked down. Who are we liking? Zach, I'll give you the honors. You go first.
Well, I'll take Ethan Burrell then.
Dang.
I don't know what you expected me to do there.
You're going to give me the second choice?
Yes, Dave.
I'm going to go with momentum and take Tyler Fody. If you're going to get 36 spots, you might as well get the other 4.
The other 4 or 5. I'm going to go in the middle and say Jonathan Cutler. He's right in between your guys' picks, and why not get 2 in a row? Alrighty, about less than 10 minutes of racing here.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh.
Now they're gonna wreck.
This is not a sports car.
This is very surprising. I don't think any of us had Dover as 2 yellow flags potentially.
Everybody is very spread out. I mean, the closest gap we got is this one, like 4/10 of a second. Johnny Thomas he's coming up on somebody, but 14, 15 cars on the gap. Chad got his lap back. Maybe not. Nope, he's last. He's the first car on lap down.
So he's got to get.
Yep.
Yeah. But if those guys, even if it is for just a splash of fuel, maybe I counted him out too early. I don't know. We'll see. Andrew Rucker a little out of shape behind Chad there.
Frankenfield now currently not even inside the top 10. He's one lap down in the 15th position, but he is the first car one lap down.
Braxton DeWeese here. Now, Jeff Green in that 38 car, he's in the 9th position right now. So obviously Andrew Rucker is trying to get around on fresher tires, but oh no!
Oh, Tucker's around. Gonna bring out a caution. Yes, it does.
It did.
It does.
Oh my
But
goodness.
Tucker goes for a spin on the front stretch, and the third caution
No.
Oof.
of the day is now out. Hopefully, you try not to go a lap down here.
So,
Yeah.
I don't even know if Rucker got into him. He did.
He
Tucker definitely-
did, but it was after the 19 was loose.
And the car just drifts up the hill just enough to trigger the yellow. Yeah, Rucker did get a piece, but obviously nothing he could do there. Well, that is going to bring all of the leaders, I would
to
think.
pit road,
Yeah.
yes. And
That
maybe
solves that mystery for us, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the game plan is for guys who lost a lap there. Do you stay out for the wave around? Do you go ahead and bite the bullet? I think if I'm them, I'm taking the wave around and then hoping for a quick caution, but we'll see. We do have the potential to go full NASCAR here, of course. You're gonna get a restart. Restart's already so tricky here at Dover. Good, we talked about how challenging these cars are the first 2 or 3 laps after a restart. You might get that quick caution.
15 to go. Do we think this is when the yellow flag begins to rear its ugly head?
I
Miles,
hope not.
the monster has been dormant.
Oh no, am I looking at this right?
What? I can't.
Okay, nope. Alright, so Chad Frankenfield just came down pit road. There he is. He was showing, in the top 10 here on the ticker, which may be true. He may have been the free pass car.
Yeah, he was the first car one lap down.
Right, so he had to wait until the pits, until this lap to pit. But that makes a little more sense. I was concerned he was staying out on those 60 lap old tires, and that was not going to work out well for anybody. Ruled a racing incident there for that last caution.
So no tallies given. My dog Dago would like to receive his weekly shout out. He's being extra cute.
Been quiet.
And quiet.
Just jinxed it.
Well, I think I jinxed it when the caution came out. So,
Yeah, you
how
said we
many
were going to be done
cars?
in 10 minutes.
Yeah, yep, I'm sorry. Less than 10 minutes of green flag racing, though. If we were to go green, this race would be over.
Yeah, well, ifs and buts for candies and nuts, we'd have Christmas all year round. So
Are the lights off on the pace car?
they sure are, and it looks like Ethan Burrell has taken the outside line for this restart. Restart. I can talk.
Look at Telefodi in the third position there.
Hey, and now remember he qualified way back, but here he is, best position he's been in on one of these restarts all night. He might just mess around and
Find
snooker him
out.
here. You'll see.
Be like, I gave you guys a chance. You didn't take it. All right, Ethan Burrell, Matthew Weeks, Pro Edge Racing on the front line. 12 laps to go here at Dover. Green flag, back out.
Oh, car around. Jeff Green's around.
Turned around. And Jeff Green is involved, and we're going to have the yellow come back out.
Oh, Ethan Stanley with a ton of damage.
I thought I saw the 5 get turned. It may have been the 38, yep.
Oh, contact with Braxton DeWeese.
Jeff Green was having a great run there.
Michael Hosick with the P-Tug. And there's where Ethan Stanley had it missed, but Andrew Rucker turned left, and they both go hard into the wall.
That'll definitely be a meatball. Well, we didn't even make it through turn 1. Let's ride from up top and look what Ethan Stanley saw.
So first he gets a little bit of contact there from Seth Rawls, gets it back under control from that.
Oh, but Rucker was just trying to avoid the 38.
Yeah, that's a tough break there for Ethan.
And Ethan came in here, I believe, second in the points, right?
Yeah, well, now he's going to probably be in a hole going into the remainder
Iowa
of this. Yep.
Yeah. Braxton DeWeese getting the tally there. And I feel for Jeff Green, he was having a good run. But this plays right into Ethan's hands. You're just minimizing the number of green flag laps you need to hold off.
Gerald, let's pull up the 38 real quick here. I called you Gerald. Dave, let's look back at the replay on the 38 here.
Okay.
Did he just go into the 13? We saw him.
I can't even find him. Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's no good.
He was not happy. Understandably so, but the 13 is going to go around off the bumper of the 38. Oh,
man.
Yeah. I
That
race.
almost feels like that has to be more than just a tally in race. Otherwise, you're just taking it.
He has been issued an EOL by Race Control. Although I believe, let's see,
I mean,
his
he
car is
flat
currently
took
sitting
him
on pit.
out.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, he's been issued an EOL, and right now he's sitting on pit road. I don't know if he's going to bother serving that EOL or.
He's probably fine with
I
it.
think he's going to spectate the rest of this race by his own volition. I believe he's climbing out of the virtual cockpit.
NASCAR has asked him to visit the NASCAR hauler at the end of the race. No. Is what we would say if this was real racing.
I believe our trackside reporter has reported the quote as being 13, I'm done with you, is what was said.
Oh.
Well,
I can't repeat the rest of it.
Like I said, the racing is virtual, but the feelings are real.
Yep.
despite of all of that, we're gonna go back racing. This time, Ethan taking the bottom here on the restart.
Alrighty, 7 laps to go. Just 7 miles of the Monster Mile 200. What is this race called? Is it
Monster Mile 200.
okay?
Ooh.
7 miles left. Ethan gets a good restart on the bottom. Teammates battling for seconds.
Tate Lytle gets away. Now Matthew Weeks really in a hornet's nest here. Jonathan Cutlip and Tyler Cody trying to get around him, but he's able to get away there, get a good run down back stretch. Look at Justin Wadsworth, high Y and handsome, trying to get alongside Jonathan
Cutlip.
Oh, contact further back.
Oh. Does that
Way up
trigger
the
a
hill.
yellow?
It did not.
Joshua Clark.
It looks like Crump got it under control, but I think he may have had some help going into turn 1. We'll have to just, well, we might not get a chance to look back at it.
5 laps to go here. It's go time, Zach. I normally ask you when go time is. I imagine it's right now.
Oh, 100%. That you got, especially for these guys like Ethan, Matthew, Tyler. There's a playoff spot, a championship 4 spot on the line right here. There's nothing left to hold back.
Ethan having to hold off one of his teammates to try and do it here tonight. It could come. The timeliest wins could come for him in 3 laps. Tate Lytle is right there. How will he race his teammate knowing the championship 4 position is on the line?
Battle for 6 here. Justin Wadsworth on the outside in the 6 car. Braxton Weiss on the inside into 13. Braxton still got plenty of speed despite that incident.
Yeah, looks like he didn't damage his car. White flag gonna be next time by. They will finish the race on this lap. Final lap. 1 lap to go here. Ethan Burrell leads him down to the white flag. Can Tate Lytle get there?
Three and 4 one more time for Ethan Burrell.
The timeliest of wins for the 37 car. This one is gonna punch his ticket into the championship 4 round. Congratulations, Ethan Burrell. They crashed.
Trying to see what happened to Braxton
the
Deweese on the Linda line here.
Just trying.
Oh, he loses it.
Yeah. He was just racing really hard, battling Johnny Thomas for that spot. Gets loose.
Didn't lose a lot, though. Maybe
Slid it across the line.
Position.
Finishing with style.
Pro Edge Racing gonna give him a bump as well as Johnson Cutlip. I think we see the 12 car there as well.
Gordon Owens. And now the donuts begin.
That's my man, E-Dog. This is gonna be a popular win because, like we said, he knows he's gonna be part of the Championship 4 in 2 weeks' time. Excuse me, 3 weeks' time. Forgot about Thanksgiving there.
All right, park it.
All right, let's see
Pull
our
up the results here.
results and get our post-race show underway. Tate Lytle and Matthew Weeks, so it's a Pro Edge Racing 1, 2, 3 affair as you take a look at the race results of the Monster Mile 200. I can still see Ethan doing burnouts. He's gonna burn it down.
He knows he's interviewed last. He knows the drill.
Well,
let's see who we got.
We got Matthew Weeks in the waiting room, so let's talk to our last defending race champion. Matthew Weeks, it's Alex up in the booth. You got a copy, my man?
Yeah, man. I got you.
You were the backside of an all 3 Pro Edge Racing Toyota Camry win there. You swept the podium. How did you feel in getting it in third place here tonight?
I felt good because I have a lot of bad luck here. I have speed, but bad luck. So glad to come home P3 and the 1, 2, 3 Pro Edge, dude. That just makes it even better, man. We were fast all night. I know Tooker was up there too. I mean, we brought some hot rods tonight.
Were you surprised at the lack of cautions?
Yeah, because the last time we raced here, we literally had a caution like every 20 laps. So I was very surprised.
Well, this puts you in good shape. You got 2 weeks until that Championship 4. I don't know what the point standings are, but this should put you in good shape heading to Iowa. How do you feel about your chances there?
I feel good. That's probably one of my better long run tracks. Same with I forget what Homestead's following that. So I think this was my worst track of the round. So to come out P3 here is just a bonus, man.
All right, well, want to give you the chance to shout out anyone and anything you like as a podium finisher tonight in the Monster Mile 200.
Shout out to all the Pro Edge guys, man. We showed up fast tonight, and it's always good when the whole team is fast at a track too. We're all up there. It's always good. And then fueled up. I know John was cooking. John was cooking late in the run. That one run, I was worried about him and everyone that fueled up, and 21 Savage. You know, Austin, who he watches and he's part of us, and our buddy, and Betty, 213 Simware, JD Designs, JV Designs, you guys, Chad, all the guys. It's a lot of people. Everyone that races and everyone that watches, man. We put on a show tonight.
All righty. Congratulations, man. Hope to be talking to you in next week and more.
Yeah, hoping I can win at Homestead. That's the one I got circled right now, so that's what we're gonna try to do.
All right, there, man.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night.
See ya. All right, let's see. We can get Tate Lytle in. Tate, It's Alex in the booth. You got a coffee?
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on. Listen to. Let me mute him. All right, he's muted.
All right, man. Well, you looked like you were going after your teammate. What did you need to get around him?
I just needed it to be like, well, if it was not a teammate, I probably would have raced a little more aggressively. But I was just hoping for him to get a little loose. But I was kind of thinking there were 3 to go anyway, trying to chase him down. Like, I'd probably feel worse if I won than if I get second here at this point. It was
Was that going through your mind while you were racing?
Oh yeah. I was pretty content to finish second there to Ethan. He's racing for championships, so I'm obviously missed too many races this season to do that. So, but it was a fun race. That first long run was really fun. Having that type of long run pace, and then obviously there's a little contact with Chad, but I just was quite. I just told him like I'm not in the mood to be raced like that, so I'm just not gonna be raced like that. So I used the room that I thought I needed to get there, and I drove away. So I don't know. And then that second long run, I kind of hurt myself picking on Chad. I was helping him wear his tires, and I got my own tires too a little bit. So I fell back to fifth. It obviously hurt him more, but then I was able to gain a spot on pit road and then get a couple there on those last couple of restarts. But so second's a pretty good spot. I felt like me and Ethan were kind of going back and forth run to run, kind of just depending on how we saved and where we saved. But obviously happy for him and a good points night for other teammate Matthew Weeks. And
Yeah,
always good
you
when
guys
you can
showed
sweep the
up,
podium.
man. You swept the podium. Well, 1, 2, 3 finish.
Yeah, can't ever complain with that. Bleeping Pro Edge Racing, right?
All right. Well, want to give you the chance to shout out anyone in anything you'd like.
Um, well, shout out to my dad if he's still watching. I know he normally watches these. Shout out to Chad for making it fun. I kind of I needed that little bit of bickering in my life, so I appreciate that he gave it to me. And then shout out to the teammates, obviously, in days gone by. Haven't really been racing as much lately, but gonna be able to be racing a little bit more these days. So hopefully next season can make another run at a championship. We're 3 for 3 when we actually run a full season, so hopefully we can go 4 for 4 on it next year. And it was fun to be fast. I kind of had the speed the last couple weeks in this car, so it's nice to finally feel a little bit of that.
It was good to see a previous race champion up front contending for the win. Tate Lytle, second place, man.
Yep, fun stuff. Good win to Ethan. He's coming in now.
All right, let's get my man E-Dog in the building. There is my man E-Dog. You got your ears on?
Alex, what's up, buddy?
Well, man, congratulations. You can wipe Iowa and Homestead off because you don't need to worry about them. How does that feel?
Oh my gosh, Alex, it feels so good. What a big win. I'm guaranteed in the Final Four, man. I get a chance to go fight for a championship, and man, I had a heartbreaking race on Monday night at Bristol. I mean, I led 175 laps, and the scheduled distance was 175, but that didn't matter, at the end. And I still got fourth in that race, but I was just so devastated. And I don't think I win tonight without that race going how it did. It was just extra motivation, and man, what a big way to do it tonight.
You're newly married, man. I haven't had the chance to say congratulations. So, congratulations. How
Thanks,
is
man.
married life treating you, and how will you be spending these next 3 weeks as you prepare for Charlotte?
Yeah, thanks, buddy. It's been awesome, man. Married life's been awesome. Happy as can be, and yeah, these next couple weeks, the pressure's off. People might think, oh, you could just kind of hang back and relax, but I'm gonna take it as a challenge these next 2 races. You know, I got nothing to lose for the next 2. I'm just gonna go out there and try to do what I did tonight, man. Just drive hard and prepare the right way, and that way I can't fall off my game before that championship race comes around. So
Are you gonna be helping your teammates in any way? We talked to Tate. He said he may have raced you a little bit harder if it weren't for the fact that you guys were teammates.
yeah, I mean that's kind of just how it goes out here, you know, in the situation. I mean, it's you know, he's not in the playoffs and me and Weeks are, and I mean he still raced us hard and he was fast, but yeah, the next 2 weeks, I mean I might cut Weeks a little bit of slack, you know, when some others might not, or in certain situations, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm still here to win too, so you know, as long as it doesn't involve me, you know, smacking him out of the way or something, I'm definitely gonna go and try to race him as hard as I can and try to beat everybody.
All right, Ethan. Well, wanna give you the time to shout out anyone and anything you like as tonight's winner of the Monster Mile 200.
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, shout out to you and all you guys up in the booth, man. I really appreciate what you guys do, and it's been cool, you know, being able to call you a friend for probably around a decade now, Alex. It's been awesome. And shout out my beautiful wife, Rachel. I think she's taking a nap. Oh no, she's up. She's celebrating. And my mom and Grandma Betty for tuning in. And my mom tuned in tonight, and she was a good luck charm, man. It's awesome to have them watching and cheering me on, and all the guys at Pro Edge Racing, man. It's such an awesome group. We're all quick. We bounce it off each other. There she is. We all bounce ideas and adjustments off each other, and it makes all of us better. So it makes each race that much more special. And oh, shout out my best friend Austin too. Can't forget about him. He was cheering for us as well.
Oh yeah, tell Austin I say hi.
Yep, I will. I will do.
All right, well, congratulations, man, and enjoy that 3 weeks. Hopefully, we'll be talking to you at Charlotte just like this.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you, Alex.
All right, Ethan Barrow, winner of the Monster Mile 200 there, and I think that about sums it up, guys. We got Iowa next week at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So join us then. But from all of us from ERN, wanna thank all of our sponsors and congratulations once again to the 37 car winner of tonight's race. We'll see you guys next week.